Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. Let's see. We're going to have somewhat of a marathon of a reloading session going on today. Let's see. Gotta get working on some 300 blackout supers right now using the Barnes tipped TSX, the 130s. I had really good results. I just picked the max charge weight when I loaded up a few to run through my 300 blackout setup, and they grouped good enough. I mean, it was 50 yards, basically shooting off the bedside of my truck. I just threw a bag up there, zero support whatsoever for the most part. Pretty close to just shooting freehand, and we came with a pretty decent group. So we're just going to roll with that. We're going to go with the max charge, 18.5 grains of little gun, Hodgson little gun, and we're just going to load them up. So I've already I did the resizing and the depriming on for this 300 blackout brass setup using this Frankford Arsenal M press, the Coax press. And so now I'm running through the bullet seating. I've got the seater adjusted and everything. Now, one thing that I have noticed, I do like the universal shell holder. Again, I've mentioned that now before. However, this is where, when you're used to using these type of shell holders and all this, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a learning curve, because now you're just putting that in there and it's just freestanding. So there's nothing that's locking it in until you actuate the press. So whereas before, I would place the round into the shell holder, then I put the bullet on top and I run it up into the press. Well, here it's a little bit different. You want to be careful, because if you just go ahead and try to place that bullet, nothing's holding it in place, right? So a little bit of a learning curve there. Just something to remember. So you go and set that bullet down, you may bump the case, knock it over. I've actually already done that once. So a little bit of a learning curve for somebody like me who's not used to this type of shell holder setup. Turn the light off. So yeah, so you can see the shell holder. It says it reads 223 right now. So, but yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I can't actually run it because I need two hands, and I'm using one of my hands to film, hold my camera, my phone or whatever to film. So, but basically what I've been doing, I actuate the press, then I put the bullet on and finish the seating process. So that's what I've been doing. And it's worked really well. It took that, first couple of cases to kind of get used to that. Used to that setup. When you've been doing the shell holder method for quite some time, it's just a little bit of getting used to there, but nothing too crazy, nothing that you can't figure out and run with. So let's see, I've got 3, that'll make 4 more. I've got a few more in the box here. We'll probably shoot a few. I think me and my fiance, we're going to try to run out to my buddy's house, hopefully coming up on Friday. It's looking like some great weather the remainder of the week, and then storms probably Saturday and Sunday. So going to run out possibly Friday, probably just maybe run 10 shots through it. If I can remember to take the chronograph. I keep forgetting every time I've gone here lately. I forget to grab that out of the building. If I can remember to grab that, I'll probably run a 10-shot string with these guys just to check the velocity and get some data on it, and then I'll have the remainder for hunting purposes or whatever. So I feel like this would be a pretty good hunting load to take into the old deer woods if you're shooting relatively close range. For the type of hunting, again, that we do around here, I think this would be more than perfect, right, for what we do here, for the type of hunting that I do. So there's that. We got the 300 blackout that we're loading up. Right behind it, we're going to be loading up some 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. So I've got 100 pieces here. These are all Starline brass. Focus. There you go. Starline brass. I got 100 pieces. They're primed, ready to go. We've got Federal Gold Medal Match, large rifle Magnum primers. I believe that's what it calls for in the manual. When you have the R on the case head right there, you see that? Mag R. That means it's a rifle primer. You're not supposed to use pistol primers with these guys. I've got 100 sitting out. I don't know if we're going to load up 100, but the bullets that we're actually going to be using are, we got 3 different grain weights here. We've got some Spear, deep curl, 350 grain. Then we've got some Sierra, 400 grain. These guys right here. All right, and then we've got some Hornady 500 grain. So we're going to load up some 350, 400, and 500 grain projectiles to shoot in the 500 Smith & Wesson. So we'll give that a shot too. Probably load up. I probably won't load up the full 25 per, because I want to do a powder comparison between Lil Gun and CFE Black. CFE Black, or BLK, whatever, that's supposed to give you your highest velocity totals that I've seen on the Smith & Wesson 500. So I just want to compare it to Lil Gun. It's supposed to be lagging behind by maybe less than a couple hundred feet per second on the Lil Gun, maybe a little more than that, right around 200 feet per second. But I just want to see how it performs. I want to do a little comparison. And then that'll be something that hopefully, if I get that thing scoped, then that'll be something we could take hunting as well. So that's it. Don't want to bore you guys to death too much. But yeah, we've got a little bit of a marathon session probably going to be going on. We got to get all these loaded up. Also, I've got to get 50 more pieces of 338 Lapua mag primed and loaded up. We're going to load these with the Hornady 270 grain ELDX projectiles. We'll probably just do 25. The plan is more than likely might load up the full 50. I'm thinking we'll probably load up the full 50. We'll load the full box. And we're going to switch between these two powders here. We've got Ramshot Magnum and H1000. And so we'll do 25 with Magnum, 25 with H1000, and we'll compare those results. And then, buy another box if they shoot just lights out. That'll more than likely that'll be our hunting load that we go with. That'll be the hunting projectile that we stick with if we're going to take this thing hunting. Again, more than likely it's going to be punching paper and or steel targets out at a long distance. Don't know if and when I would ever take this thing hunting, but it's been a lot of fun to shoot. So that's it. We got some 22-250 here stuck in the back. I've got 20 rounds of it. I had a box of Hornady that I shot the other day, ran through. I've got a Remington 700 chambered in 22-250. So we're going to load up 20 rounds of it. We're actually going to be using Spear 70 grain semi-point projectile. Spear has load data for the 70 grain in 22-250. So we're just going to load them and try them. That's about all I can tell you. Haven't loaded that yet. Haven't tried it yet. We'll give it a shot. That's all you can do. So, all right. That's it, guys. A lot of loading to take place today. So you know what that means. Probably going to have a ton of groups to look at coming up, hopefully this weekend. So appreciate you guys tuning in, checking out the channel, checking out the videos. Hope y'all have a good one. Stay safe, stay healthy out there with the COVID-19. So y'all have a good one.